Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow Room. More of them. We've got a bin full of stuff here. We're going in reverse alphabetical order, and now we're in the letter S. And I really feel like it's an accomplishment getting to the letter S, even if we're at the end of it going backwards, because it's got to be a good quarter of all of classical music begins with the letter S, or their last names, the composers' names begin with the letter S. And we've got three of them here. Are you ready? Or composers and artists, depending on how I file it. First, Evgeny Svetlanov. Yeah, Svetlanov was actually a composer, among other things, not of any particular originality. He was a composer in the lovely vein of socialist, realist fun and games. And this disc has his Symphony No. 1 from 1956, a normal four-movement scherzo comes second, romantic style symphony, and a symphonic poem called The Red Gelder Rose. 20 minutes long, symphonic poem. These were recorded in 1975. And it's sort of the same. It's kind of like Glier meets Shostakovich or something like that. It's not terrible music. It's not going to win any awards. But I was curious, and I kept it because it was fun to listen to. And who knows, it may be fun to listen to again someday. So there's Svetlanov, however you want to pronounce it. It doesn't matter. And then we have Johan Svendsen, the contemporary of Grieg. That's the cat jumping up and down on the shelves there. Okay, now, Svendsen is one of those composers, you want to like him, but as often as not, he's just excruciatingly dull. He is a conservative. His symphony had some popularity because it's better than Grieg's. His two symphonies are better than Grieg's. There's no question about that. But they're not overwhelmingly interesting. He gets a lot of attention because he was an FOW, a friend of Wagner. And as a result of that, people think his music must somehow be interesting. It's not terrible. It's just not fascinating. This disc on CPO has his string quartet, Opus 1 in A minor. It's in the Mendelssohn Leipzig school of things there. There's Finster up there. And then you've got the string quintet, Opus 5 in C major. Nothing wrong, nothing hugely memorable in my humble opinion. And then we've got, let's see, what else have we got here? There's two symphonies. This is with the Oslo Philharmonic under Maris Janssens back in the day. When was this recorded? 1988. Lovely performances, excellent sound. They're first rate of not terribly thrilling music. Then we've got this disc, his symphonic poems, Sigurd Slemby and Zora Haida, which is the dullest piece of music you've ever heard in your life. And then this other guy, Johan Peter Selmer. Now, I reviewed these. This is Carnival at Flanders and Prometheus. I reviewed these on ClassicsToday.com, and these are on CMAX with Mikhail Yurovsky of the Oslo Phil. Very, very good performances and very good sound. The Selmer stuff, I think, is rather more interesting than the Svendsen stuff, but go read the review on ClassicsToday.com if you're really, really curious about it, and you can see what I thought of these. Not a heck of a lot for at least the Svendsen ones, but anyway. And then we've got this wonderful, wonderful two-disc set. Joan Sutherland, The Art of the Prima Donna. I got a couple of these. Decca hasn't. They issued a big Pavarotti box. They didn't issue a big Sutherland box or Sutherland recitals and things. They really owe it to Sutherland to do more with her legacy than they've done. I'm rather surprised, actually, that there's been so little attention paid since she passed away. Maria Callas, God knows. You can't get out of the way without running into or stepping on Maria Callas. But Joan Sutherland, no, it seems not. And she was a wonderful, wonderful singer. And this, The Art of the Prima Donna, baby, is probably her greatest all-around recital album. It's with the orchestra of the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden, conducted by Francesco Molinari Pradelli. In other words, it was before her hubby, Richard Bonning, or however he pronounced it, got into this deal. It was recorded in 1960. So she was young in in the full flush of her fame, her pronunciation or enunciation or diction or whatever you want to call it, that was never great. It's still never great, but it's okay. And she sings amazing stuff. You get Martin aller Arten, Sempre Libera, Je veux vivre from Gounod's Romeo and Juliet. You get The Soldier Tired from Artaxerxes by Arne, Let the Bright Seraphim by Handel. I'm just these things. Bel Raggio from Semiramide by Rossini. I mean, just amazing stuff. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. What can I say? I'm not going to read everything that's on here. I don't need to. You know that you're going to need this if you can still find it, if it's still out there. So Sutherland's The Art of the Prima Donna. And that's 3 piles of thingies from the Overflow Room. And we've got so much more to go, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and we're in the S's. I'm just so happy. So keep on listening, friends. Thank you so much for joining me down here. Take care.